The Bob Wills Band oftentimes had little sectional riffs that they would play, sometimes as entire chorus of instrumentals, 3 or 4 pieces of the band playing different parts of a repeating riff, stuff like etc. I'm not here to show you that, but what I was playing is just a G6, take it down 2 frets, it becomes a G9th, and then playing those 3 notes, the D string, the G string, and the B string on the with a G7th chord there, and so forth. I do like to put them, if you're a single guitar player, playing that for 12 measures may not be that interesting. You can, however, put a fairly interesting sounding little riff, even with just one guitar, with 2 notes. And so I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do that. I personally like to do it on, the way I do it is the second verse of the song, a verse you hear in other blues tunes as well, the one that goes, "You got to treat me right." And so it would go something like this. Oh, well, you've got to treat me right, day by day. Get out your little prayer book, get down on your knees and pray. You're gonna need my help someday. You're going to be sorry you treated me this way. All I'm playing there is, again, it's 2 notes at a time, and I'll relate them all to the chord of the moment. On the G chord, we're starting out with these 2 notes of the G chord. The note G, 3rd fret of the low E string, the note B, the 2nd fret of the A string. The second pair is going to be the 3rd and the 5th of the chords. The B note there, 7th fret of the B string, the D note, the 5th of the chord being the 5th fret of the A string. Then back up here to the 3rd fret position, playing the note D, 5th fret of the A string, and the note F, the 7th of the chord, 3rd fret of the D string. Just take that up 2 more frets. You're getting the root of the chord, G, there on the 4th fret of the G string, and the 6th of the chord, the 7th fret of the A string, and then take up again, and you're getting the notes of the 7th and the 9th. The F note there is the 7th, the 8th fret of the A string, and the 9th is the note A, the 7th fret of the D string. So you got to the C, you just play exactly the same pattern, only you move it up 1 pair of strings, so you're playing C, E at the beginning. Same thing on the D string. On the D chord, excuse me. I want to point out on the D chord, you're a little higher up on the neck, so instead of playing that pair of notes there, on the 9th fret A string and the 7th fret of the D string, you could play those same 2 notes here. And that means if any time you're playing in a higher position, you can, instead of going up to these thicker strings up here, if you're playing an A, instead of coming up here to get these thicker strings, you could just move down to get them instead. Another riff that you can do, I'm going to show it to you in A, now I'll show it to you in G, is to do it a chromatic way. Be going like, it starts exactly the same as the other riff did, but then just take this chromatically on up. So you go and back down. the D, you could, again, take it to these notes instead of these notes and do it like that. If you tried to do that on the C and the G and the C chords, you would wind up having to use open strings, and that's why I took it up the neck to play it. Any position above G, any key above G where you're starting off, you'd be able to move down to catch those other notes. And so those are some section riff stuff you might do if you wanna.